how's it going? So in my last video I mentioned that I will not be reviewing Thrive and PureLYFT's products, and I told you guys that the reasons why I'm not doing it are probably boring, and I got some comments that said, we don't mind boring, why don't you tell us the reasons why? And I thought that was really sweet of you guys. I guess I figured that you guys would be like, okay, she's not going to review them, and then just go on with your life. So if you want the short version, the too long didn't read version, it is just that I'm following my heart on this one, and my heart just says no. My gut says no. I have learned through the School of Hard Knocks that when my heart says something, but I go against it because it makes more sense, I end up on my butt. Every time. But if you want the long, extended, detailed version, keep watching and I will tell it to you. I just don't even know where to begin. Like, there's so many things, and I don't even know if I'll be able to tell you guys everything. You know, it's funny, I was offered about a week ago to do these products from both companies, and it feels like it's been weeks. It feels like it's been like over a month that they offered me this, because my mind goes and goes and goes, and sometimes it goes so fast that I feel like I cram in a week's worth of thinking in one day. Those around me, poor them, have to sit here and listen to my thoughts over and over and over again. So I did the video asking you guys if I should review the products, and I also asked my friends on Facebook if they thought I should review the products, and I took all of your answers into consideration, and I appreciate all of your guys' answers. Going to PureLYFT. PureLYFT is kind of like caffeine on a stir stick. And it's actually pretty cool. I liked it. I thought that was a pretty good idea. Like, so if you want to have a little bit of caffeine, a little bit of a boost, you know, you can pull it out and you can mix it in with literally any drink of yours. And I found them to be a little bit on the pricey side. The caffeine stick has caffeine and vitamins. And so it's not just pure caffeine. There's a little more to it. There's, I think, the 4 B vitamins and vitamin A. There might be something else in it. I believe it is green tea. They claim it to be clean caffeine. It's all clean and natural. And that's something that I like as well. But I felt like it was a little on the pricey side. To buy just 2 sticks would be about $5. But then again, if you bought like a Monster Energy drink, that like leans towards $3. And if you buy a 5-Hour Energy, that also leans towards $2.50 to $3. So it's one of those things where it's like, well, if you're already going to be spending $2.50 on one shot of, you know, 5-Hour Energy, you know, this stick that claims to be completely clean, it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot to see what it'll do for you. I, on the other hand, am just cheap. I'm just a cheap person. I already take vitamins daily, and so I try to avoid taking like anything else that has more vitamins in it. I'm not smart enough to know like how much vitamins I can ingest, if that's even healthy at all. I've been told that if you take too much of one vitamin, that's okay. Your body will kind of, you know, just cycle out the not needed vitamin. But like, I don't know. I just don't want to like chance it, and I want to take care of myself. That's why I passed on the PureLYFT, because while I think it's a great idea and I totally support anyone wanting to buy their product, I think it's worth a shot. I think it's kind of cool. I just figured that for much cheaper, you can take a vitamin and take a caffeine pill. I don't want to talk negatively because I haven't tried their product at all. So that was just, this is just my mind. So in college and on and off between having kids, so I have 3 kids, I took diet pills. And I wasn't exercising and I wasn't eating right. You know, these companies promote diet pills like they are the end-all be-all, that you can take a diet pill and you can sit there and watch Jerry Springer all day and you're gonna lose weight and you're gonna feel great in the process. And so I would take these pills, and I was a busy college student, I was a working college student, and then I got married and I had kids, and so I was busy, and I did not like working out, nor could I justify working out. And so take these diet pills, hope that it would stave my hunger, and then still eat terribly. They mention on, you know, these diet pills are like, have this on an empty stomach. And I remember one time taking, I can't even remember the name of the pills. I think they were something from Walmart or Target or something like that. And I took the pills. Oh, I also was doing those like 48-hour juices, those juice fast things too. I was doing that as well. And I remember taking these pills going to work at 8 in the morning and literally like 8:05 happens and I'm seeing stars. And my stomach is churning and thank goodness the bathroom was literally right next to the mailroom, which was where I was working. And I run into the bathroom, barely make it into the toilet, and I threw up way more than I had ingested. And I realized then that I had thrown up all the bile and the stuff that just kind of sits in your stomach, and felt miserable. My stomach kept squeezing and squeezing and squeezing, and I kept throwing up just heaving nothing. And it scared me enough to have me stop taking the pills. Of course, you know, I could have taken it, you know, with a granola bar, with milk, or with whatever, but it was kind of like my first understanding of what diet pills can do to you. But I still wanted to take diet pills. I still felt like that was the best way to accomplish the body that I wanted. Now, in college, I was, you know, they talk about the freshman 10 or the freshman 15, and yeah, I did. I gained 10, 15 pounds while I was a freshman in college, and I also fell in love, and love will make you gain weight. I was probably the same size that I am now. I am actually 10, 15 pounds heavier than I was back in high school. So I'm about the size that I am now, but I wasn't happy with it considering that, oh, just a year ago, you know, I was much smaller. So I was taking these diet pills, and of course with no real results or anything like that. And then it was right after we moved here, and we've been here in Texas for 9.5 years. So I saw on TV this like diet pill of all diet pills, right? And I'm not even gonna say the company's name because of what trash this. I cannot believe that people can make a product like this company did and put it on TV, swear with these blind studies and all these doctors say whatever, that they're gonna lose weight. And then people like me spend 40 bucks on a stupid bottle of what, 30, 60 pills? And so I went online, spent the money on this stupid bottle of pills, found myself getting extremely sick. My stomach was in dire pain just after a few weeks of taking it. I look up online the ingredients, right? And it's like caffeine, and then it's like all these fluff ingredients that I've never heard of, which sound oh so natural and just sound all pretty and like, wow, this is what my $40 are going into. I decided then to research these ingredients, and I found a forum talking about this exact diet pill, and it says, yes, it's got caffeine. And what are all these other ingredients? Aspirin. Nothing but aspirin. Aspirin was tearing up my stomach. I felt like maybe it's ulcers I had. I don't know. But it felt like my stomach was cut up inside and like hard and heavy. And it's like, no wonder you lose weight, because it freaking hurts to have anything in your stomach. I swore off those diet pills, and I swore off diet pills in general. Had not taken anything since then. I think like maybe a few months later or even a year later, I took some aspirin for a headache, and my stomach went back to being in absolute pain. It's only been maybe this last year that I have slowly reintroduced aspirin when I have a headache. Like I will take like 1 aspirin. I could probably be fine going back to like a regular dosage of aspirin, but like, hello, like that was painful. So I heard about Thrive before I heard about PureLYFT. And I have friends on Facebook who are on Thrive and who are doing incredible on Thrive. So I'm not knocking their products or anything like that. I have 2 friends in general who have like their life back because of Thrive. I absolutely love that. I love that it has given them like that new lease on life when they felt at that time that there really was no hope. That in general has me admiring the company that Thrive is. When I delivered my son back in 2008, I was, should I even say, I was 95 pounds heavier than what I am right now. And I just figured that the 65 pounds that I gained from pregnancy was all baby weight. When I got pregnant with my son, I was 25 pounds heavier than what I am now. And so I have my son, and I'm just assuming all of these 65 pounds will just come melting off, you know, like and only about 25 pounds came off, and the rest I had to do all by myself. It wasn't easy trying to lose all the weight. You know, a lot of times we get upset with ourselves because we're like, I've only lost 5 pounds and I still got 60 more to go. Like, are you for real? And so a lot of times we get discouraged and we just run back to our food. And it was really a trying and tough time for me to learn how to like lose this weight and to really just do it for me and just to feel better. I remember back like when my oldest was like really little, back around like 2004, 2005, I remember sitting with a bunch of my girlfriends while our kids are off playing in the playground, and all we did was we sat there and talked about the size that we were back in high school. Oh, I used to be a size 4, what I would give to fit back into my size 4s, and then we would compare and, you know, well, I used to be able to do this, I used to be able to do the splits, you know, I used to be able to wear a size 2, I used to be able to wear my younger sister's clothes, and it was all like how great we were back then, and the way we talked about ourselves was almost like a mourning. It was like we will never reach that again. And it was like this real sadness in the air between us all that like we will never look that great again. And I remember thinking, I don't want to carry that with me, that like I can never be back at what I was, and to just accept that I'm gonna look like this, you know, and here I was like completely frumpy looking, and because I felt miserable. That moment at that park, I carried that with me all these years. So when I had my son, my youngest, and I finally decided that this is it, we are done, this was how big our family was to grow, I decided then that it was time for me to work on getting back to a healthy weight. What honestly had me really losing the weight is people, certain special people who I hold very close to my heart, who changed my perception of me. And then God, and then eating right and exercising. The reason why I say it in that order and that I don't say God first and then the people and then eating right and exercising is because while I am 100% certain that God put those people in my life to change me, it was them coming into my life that reintroduced me to God. I thought that I was close to God until that point, and I realized I wasn't. So I hold these people so close to my heart, and then I hold my God close to my heart as well. And then of course the healthy eating and the exercising is absolutely crucial to be fit and active and to feel good. When I heard about Thrive and my friends going on Thrive and doing so well on Thrive, and I'm like, wow, they're promoting the active lifestyle that I do, and this looks kind of fun, and this looks like some great products. And so I looked them up, and I realized that some of their products has aspirin in it. And now it is titled under a natural aspirin. I still am very wary of going back to taking aspirin at I don't know how much dosage. I tried looking up the amount of aspirin that I would be taking a day, and I can't find that. Maybe I'm not searching in the right places. That could very well be true, but I don't know if I am technically comfortable with going back to taking aspirin on a daily basis after what it has done to me. And I had tried some other products of Thrive before doing this video asking if I should try it. And because what I was going to be trying with Thrive was the, like their little 3-step a day thing where you take the pills, the shake, and then you wear the energy patch. And of course I know I'm not using the proper Thrive lingo, but I had tried some other little things from Thrive which weren't those, and they ended up making me not feel very well. What I had tried out was kind of like my Crystalite Energy, but with some supplements and some vitamins and some fillers. And if I took that on a full stomach, it worked great, but if I took it on an empty stomach, I was sick the rest of the day. I looked up the ingredients on that, and it's either due to the, what is it called? The food starch that's in it, or the CoQ10, the coenzyme Q10, which they have those in their other products as well. Not the food starch, but they have other like powder fillers as well, and I'm not sure if it is the fillers that were giving me the heartburn or if it's the CoQ10 or if it's something else that was giving me the heartburn. So I decided then that, you know, that kind of stinks that it would give me heartburn on top of me worrying about whether or not the aspirin was going to tear up my stomach again. I understand the aspirin's in the patch and the aspirin's in the pills. And I don't know if wearing a patch with aspirin in it would do the same to my stomach as ingesting aspirin, but the fact that they're in the pills as well kind of detracts me. To review Thrive, it took a commitment, and it took a commitment of many days of trying their products out, because Thrive is like, it's a lifestyle change. And so for me to really get the full effect of Thrive and to really know its products, I really had to commit to many days taking this product. And while I can do that, you know, hello, I can do that. For whatever reason, felt uncomfortable with that as well. Maybe I've got commitment issues. I know that there are many people who are extremely active and even like bodybuilders who take Thrive regularly, and I think that's awesome. That's like totally rad, and that's definitely something that like I can stand behind. But I struggled with the amount that it would cost me monthly to stay on Thrive. You know, what if I absolutely love it, then I need to spend X amount of dollars a month on it, and I was not comfortable with spending that much. I cannot justify spending a ton of money on products when I'm doing what I'm doing now and I'm doing fine on like very little money spent. See what I mean? It is said too that if I were to buy Thrive and then be a promoter of Thrive and people were to buy products under me, that very quickly I could get my products for free. But I cannot explain why that does not feel okay to me. I see the reason why many people are promoting Thrive, because it has literally saved their life. It has literally given them that lease on life back. It's like they've been born again. So I can see that. But for me, like, I get really weird when it comes to money. I thought about it long and hard one day. I think it was the day that I posted the video asking you guys if I should review the product. And one reason why I guess I don't want to commit to Thrive is, and this is going to sound so dumb, like, you guys remember, this is my mind and these are the things that go through my mind, and so I am such a deep thinker sometimes. Sometimes my heart can say no or yes and I'll just run with it without a thought. Many times my heart will tell me something and it has me going like completely inward, thinking about things. And one reason why I won't commit to Thrive is because Thrive didn't get me to where I'm at. And it sounds really, really dumb, but I feel like to commit to Thrive and to be like, yay, Thrive, you guys should do Thrive, 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 that I feel like it would be this huge disservice to the people that changed my life and to God who changed my life. And I know that sounds really dumb. You can go ahead and you can say that's absolutely dumb. You can go ahead and say, lady, you're just making up excuses to not try any of these products. Okay, I'm making up excuses. You can claim that all you want. And yeah, I have all these excuses. I've never tried it, so I can't really say whether it's good or it's bad. I'm just going with why I decided not to try these products. And I am absolutely certain that these products are all great. So another reason is that these products have, you know, caffeine, vitamins, probiotics, fillers, an aspirin. I look at it as, you know, I could buy all of those on my own. I could even go to GNC and I still would come off spending only a fraction of what I would be spending going on Thrive. If you guys want to know like all that I do and all that I take, I had a friend confide in me recently. Okay, so over the past many years, every few months, my friend would come to me and say, all right, lady, what's your secret? And I would say, there is no secret. I just exercise, I eat right, or at least I try to eat right. And I have a little bit of caffeine to get me going. And she's like, okay, whatevs. A few months later, she would ask me the same thing, and this happened over the course of many years. I finally called her out on it a couple weeks ago, and I said, do you think that I've been carrying some great secret as to how I lost the weight and have been keeping the weight off? And she said, I thought you've been taking diet pills this whole time. I do not take diet pills. I do not take diet pills. I do not take laxatives. I do not take water pills. I do not tie myself up with plastic and then go run for a mile. I don't do any of that stuff. I take a lot of some of the things that are already given in these products. I understand that there are other things in these products that I could probably benefit from, but the fact that I can find this stuff for cheaper and that I've been able to do this on my own without these products, and the fact that I tried some of Thrive's products and it didn't make me feel very good, which I then could like adjust my schedule as to how I eat and when I take caffeine to make it work better for me. But like, you know how the whole phrase is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? That's kind of how I feel. So I don't want to like switch around the way I eat and the way I take my caffeine if it's been working so well for me for this long. And the fact that I have a sensitivity to aspirin, that is another huge factor as to why I won't. You know, I posted the video asking you guys what you guys thought. Still with my mind running, and I asked my Facebook friends what they thought. My mind just running and running and running, and my poor husband came home like so late that night, and I was still just awake thinking about all of this stuff. And he says to me, paraphrasing, he pretty much said, "This is all you've talked about since they offered this to you. Why have you not made a decision yet?" And I realized then that it was because my heart kept saying no and my mind kept trying to make my heart justify a yes. So all in all, for me, I just have to just go with my gut, go with my heart at this time, and it's just a no. Does that mean that I won't ever do them? Not really. I don't want to commit to a resounding yes or a resounding no, but for now, it's a no. I feel bad saying no. I feel like I've disappointed people by saying no. I feel like opportunities that people could have had using me have been lost. And I feel like that is a disappointment that they hold. And while they don't hold that over my head, I just feel like there was hope in me doing the review, and now that hope is gone, and for that I truly apologize. That's not my intention at all. I mentioned on Facebook, I said if I could put into pill form what changed my life and what gave me a new lease on life, I would be promoting that every day, all day, to you guys. I got a new lease on life, and I did many years ago. And I'm really grateful for that new lease on life. It's changed, like, really completely changed my life. If it weren't for these people and if it weren't for Heavenly Father, I would not be where I'm at today. And so I think it's just me being like super loyal to the things that changed my life, that like I don't want to go to something else. And it sounds so dumb. One friend commented and said, you don't have to let go of the past to hold on to something for the future. And I'm like, you're right. Yes, you're right. It's just my heart that's saying no, and my mind is trying to find ways to make it say yes. And that's not okay. You know, in the long run, I have to live with myself, and I have to be comfortable with my own actions. So while it probably would have been absolutely fine for me to have reviewed these products and talked to you guys about them, I would still be going to bed every night knowing that I went against my heart. So there you go. There are all of the ramblings of what has been going on in my mind as to why I chose to not review these products. And I know it's like, holy crap, it really wasn't that big of a deal, lady. And you're right, it wasn't that big of a deal. But these are the things that kept going through my mind, and so I'm sharing them with you because you guys asked. I told you it'd be boring. So anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep following me, please subscribe. Y'all know that my social media links are down below, but most importantly, y'all have a good day. I'll catch you on the flip.